Okay, so let's get started.
Thanks Bhavish and Datta and everybody else getting accumulating the courage to turn on the video, and that's okay, take your time. But regardless whether your video is on or not, don't be shy when it comes to asking questions.
Okay. Now, what is that we are going to learn today? Let me try to recall because I don't remember what we planned. Let me look at the topic for today. Okay, so we are going to talk about equivalent forms of exponential expressions and solving exponential equations using properties of exponents. Now, these are all fancy words, okay, to get you guys scared. But everything that we'll do is going to be all around practice. Okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will only focus on doing enough practice around the three things, Sundara, that we know about. One is the core properties or rules of exponents. Then we learn about what is rational exponent. Then we learn about what is radical exponents. Do you guys remember that, or I'm sounding little disconnected? Everybody's clear? Okay. Bhavish, do you remember that? We talked about rational exponents and radical exponents in the previous class, right? Vaibhav, you were not in the last class if I'm not wrong, correct? You missed the last class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whenever anybody misses the class, my humble request to you all would be make sure that you watch the video. I mean, you have to anyways watch the video to revise and make your own notes. But if you miss, then it becomes even more serious affair. Okay, so that you don't fall behind when it comes to what we have done in the previous class. And ask me questions if there's something not clear. But so when we talk about today's topic, which is equivalent forms of exponential expressions and solving exponential equations using property of exponents, keep these two topics aside. Ultimately, it's going to boil down to how we are practicing problems. So let's see what our brain helps us with, what we recall, what we remember, and how do we apply it. So we will try solving as many problems we can, and then see how we are able to use our knowledge of these concepts. So here's the problem. Okay, it says, what is the value of a when we rewrite 6 to the power x as a to the power x over 4? Okay, I see a round face. That is not my face, I believe. Okay, so come back to this one. So, it's okay. It's okay. So, fine. The question says, what is the value of a? What is the value of a when 6 to the power x is written as a to the power x over 4? And this might be sounding gibberish to some of you, but when you peel off the onions, it might become little easy. So these are the 4 options. I will let you grapple with this because there is nothing that comes without struggle. And don't worry about it. I am there. I will come to your rescue when you are about to give up. So here's the question. Let me read the question for you guys. It says, what is the value of a when we rewrite 6 to the power x as a to the power x over 4? Everybody heard the question loud and clear? Anika, Dishali, Datta, Sundara, Bhava, Bhavish, Itsa, Aryahi. You look tired. You guys had holiday today. Yeah? Okay, yeah, Dishali, tell me.
Can you repeat the question again, sir?
Question says, look, Nana. The question says, what is the value of a when 6 to the power x
is written as a to the power x over 4. And here are the 4 options. And the only clue I can give you guys is it has a strong relationship with the 3 properties of exponents that we have talked about. And I will use them, abuse them, exploit them to find out the answer for this. So let's see. Let's see how you start thinking about it. I'll give you guys few minutes of struggle with yourself.
Wait, is it from last class?
It is all about exponent rules. Okay? This is not from the last class, okay? So in the last class we talked about what is exponent rules, which we knew before. We just reiterated the fact that the same exponent rules can be applied for when you are dealing with rational exponents, meaning exponents having power in the form of a fraction. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll repeat one more time. Let me see, where is Miss Sana? Sana is missing. Class has started. Please ask the kids to join. Okay. So one last time before I shut up, okay? This is a question which says, what is the value of a when 6 to the power x can be written in the form of a to the power x over 4? And there are 4 options. First option says a is equal to 6 over 4. B says a equals 6 to the power 4. C says a equals 4 to the power 1 over 6. And D says a equals 6 to the power 1 over 4. Enjoy your 2 minutes of dilemma, and I'll come back to you guys. Yes, Vishali.
Wait, so are the options just for A or is it for the fractions too? The exponent?
So the question says, what is the value of a when 6 to the power x can be represented as a to the power x over 4? So essentially you have to find out the value of a. So all these options that you see here, this says a equals 6 over 4. Second option says a equals 6 to the power 4. Third option says a equals 4 to the power 1 over 6. And fourth option says a equals 6 to the power 1 over 4.
Okay.
So Samhita. So Samhita, you got 10 minutes late, and hence I have a shock for you. I have none, but there is no shock for you, okay? So here we have this problem which says, what is the value of a when 6 to the power x can be rewritten as a to the power x over 4? And the other 4 options we have. Did you get the question, Samhita? Alright. Deal with it. You guys have a minute to enjoy this problem. Bhavish, you got the question? Bhav, Anika? Yes, Bhavish.
I didn't mean to read that.
I'm sorry, Vika?
I didn't mean to read that.
It's okay. What is cooking up?
I got B.
You got B.
Yeah, I got B.
Okay. Show me. Yes, Bhavish. You also got B.
I didn't have much of a thought process, but
Well, I got B.
Okay.
x to the power of something
Mm-hmm.
goes to 4. So it's like this one digit, right?
Hmm. Okay. All right. Who all got B? So Bhavish got B. Anika also got B. Bhairav also got B. Samrita,
I got B.
you also got B. Datta.
I also got B, sir.
Okay. Dishali,
I think it's D.
you think it's D? Okay.
B.
You also think B? Okay. Ananya, you also got B. Anika got B2. B2. Okay. So, Aryahi, any thoughts, beta? What are you thinking could be a potential option?
I think it
Might be B. Now, as I said, today we will not learn anything new. Vasundhara has not told me the option. What do you think, beta? Vasundhara? Sorry, one more time. B or A. Okay. Now let me clear the dust. There are two ways to solve it. Okay. One is by method of elimination. And you will just randomly put, let's say put A equals this. So 6 to the power x, if I put A, then and A equals 6 over 4 to the power x over 4. It is not looking like the case, because when I do that, it becomes 6 to the power x by 4 divided by 4 to the power x by 4. Correct? That is how it will break down. So this is not looking like an option. This is one way of doing it. And put this one, put this one, put this one, and you can check. Or I will quickly go back to the rule book that we learned about exponents, and that has only 3 rules, which says x to the power a into x to the power b equals x to the power a plus b. This is my first rule. X to the power a divided by x to the power b becomes x to the power a minus b. This is my second rule. And third rule says x to the power a to the power b equals x to the power a times b. Okay. Now here 6 to the power x and a to the power x by 4. 6 to the power x, here something to the power x by 4. Okay. What I need here, if you look at this rule, after let's say I have something, some number, let's say I have to get 6 for sure, right? That is how the base will match. Now 6 to the power what will make it x, overall x. Let's say here I have k. Okay. Are you guys with me? Hello, Sana. Okay, so this is the first problem that you missed, but don't worry. You will get enough opportunity to deal with problems. Right now, this problem that we are dealing with, which says, and just to for you to be on the same page, we are extending from where we had left. We talked about radical and rational exponents, and right now we are talking about how do we relate different exponents or write exponents in different forms or equivalent forms of exponents to deal with problems. So this whatever we are going to do today, that should potentially conclude this unit. So we are going to deal with some problems, solve them, relate them with the concepts, and become more confident with respect to solving the problems on exponents, on different types of exponents. So here the question says 6 to the power x, rewrite what is the value of x if 6 to the power x can be rewritten as a to the power x over 4. So we are saying 6 to the power x equals something to the power x over 4. And what is that something? That is what we are trying to find out. So if you look at this rule, I am saying 6 to the power some, let's say k equals x over 4. Are you with me? Aryahi, Ifsha, are you able to? So the board, what I have to do when I get some time is clean up the tables. Okay, the kids have written anything and everything possible whenever they get bored of me. Okay, so I have to clean it up because that is creating some distraction I have seen. So here we have to find the value of a such that a to the power x over 4 equals 6 to the power x. Okay, and for the two exponents to be same, my base has to be same. Yeah. So I'm saying, let's say my base is 6 and the power here is k. So
Now here this x is equal to, okay, let me not jump steps. Here if this is base is 6 and the power assumed is k, then this whole thing applying the third rule of exponent will become 6 to the power k into x by 4. Okay. So we are trying to find out what is this k. So that means x is equal to k times x over 4. This x and this x you can knock off and this k becomes 4. This 4 if you plug in here, this whole thing is your a. So 6 to the power 4 will be your a value.
Does that sound similar to what you did, or you did something different?
Let me repeat myself. I said 6 to the power x is equal to e to the power x over 4. We are trying to find out what is the value of a. First thing I did was, when I am comparing two exponents, my base have to be same. Otherwise, there is no way I can go forward. So I said, okay, fine. Let's say this is 6 and there is some power to it. I don't know what that power would be. So we assume that to be something k, p, s, m, n, b, whatever you want to put. I put k. So now, when I apply the third rule of exponent, I have something power here in the parenthesis and then I have something outside. So then I am comparing this. So this x equals k times x over 4 because I am applying the third rule of exponent. So this x equals this, and from that I am going to solve and find out the value of k. So once I found the value of k, I plugged in here, which turned out to be 4. And this whole thing is a because this is what it says. So this is 6 to the power 4. That is what it is. Yeah.
Was it convincing or not convincing? And it's okay, you guys can be honest. Not convincing? Okay. Let's see if I can earn some more respect by solving few more problems. Let's see. And we'll try going little fast this time, okay, so that we can solve more problems, get hands dirty little more.
So this problem says, what is the expression for f of x when we rewrite 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x as 3 to the power f of x.
Let me read this question for you guys one more time. What is the expression for f of x? Simply it's saying what is the value of f of x, okay? What is the power to the 3? What is the expression for f of x when we rewrite 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x as 3 to the power f of x. So, in the simplest form, it's saying find out 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x equals 3 to the power f of x. Find out what is this here. That's what we have been asked to do. Is the question clear to everybody? Okay. Bhava, Sana, Vasundhara, Nanya, everybody. So you got the question. It says, what is the value of f of x when this whole thing can be rewritten as 3 to the power f of x? Meaning, I have just given the mathematical representation of that, and you guys have to find out what is the value of f of x. How would you go about it? So the key to this is try getting your hands dirty. I know Arya is getting the notebook dirty, but get your hands dirty as well. And so this has become my new punchline, by the way, if you guys don't remember. I love dirty hands. That's my new punchline. Let's see how dirty your hands can get. Ananya, Sanvita, Vasundhara, Bhavish, everybody got the question, right? Make me happy by getting your hands dirty. Yes or no? What is it, Rita?
I still don't understand what we're doing.
I will read the question, okay? Because that is where the whole clue lies. So, just because you joined late, let me first read for you what we are trying to do in the class today. Okay? This is the agenda for the class, first of all. We are trying to learn about equivalent forms of exponential expressions and solving exponential equation using properties of exponents. So this is, if you look at this particular unit, radical and rational exponents, this is one part of it. In simplest form, you should see, we are talking about how do we apply the concepts of exponents, radical, rational exponents, normal exponents for solving equations or equivalent forms of exponents. Okay? So here, as part of this problem, it says, what is the expression for f of x? Meaning, what is the value of f of x? How you can rewrite f of x as something? When you can rewrite f of x as 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x as this. So I just wrote that in the form of the equation. So 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x equals 3 to the power f of x. You have to find out the value of f of x. Does that sound okay, Sana?
I still don't really understand. I'll try to do this problem and then.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to break it down. Net this is, if you want me to put that in the way I understand, right? It is saying that 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x equals 3 to the power f of x. Find out what is f of x. You can call it g of x, you can call it k, you can call it s, you can call it m, whatever you want. But what is this value? Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Samhita, what do you get?
8x plus 3.
So you are saying that f of x can be written as 8x plus 3. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also got the same thing. I got 8x plus 3.
8x plus 3. If I thinking Dishali.
8x plus 2, sir.
Okay. Okay. Datta, Anika, Vasundhara, Nanya. What are you guys thinking right now? Are working on it? Okay, I'll give you guys. I'm sorry, Datta? Okay. And as you guys can observe, is it only me who is hearing Vasundhara's voice very feeble, or you guys too? Everybody is getting very feeble, right? Okay.
I was like really low.
Okay. So now I'm not complaining with you, I'm just checking if it's only me or everybody else. Okay. But I'm ready to put that effort to hear you out, right? It's okay. Vaibhav, how about you? Are you able to give it a try?
Yeah, I'm solving this.
Okay. So you guys are in the class, so you guys have some privilege. Are you ready? Sitting over. So how are you?
Yeah, so even I got 8x plus 3.
Okay. I'll give 30 more seconds. Are you ready?
Everybody else got 8x plus 3 because I don't have it.
Okay, so keep one thing in your mind always, that your teacher is not intelligent. Okay? Meaning, this country has taught us one thing. If something is looking difficult, that means we are not doing it right. We'll keep that in mind. So you add one more thing, say my teacher is not intelligent. So if he is giving me a problem, he's certainly not giving me a complex problem. Now, this equals 3 to the power f of x. Okay? When you stare at this problem carefully, what do you see here? This is 3, this is 3, this is 27.
27. Yeah? Does 27 have any relationship with 3?
Yeah, 30 times 9 is 27.
Or let's break it down. 27, I will break it down.
3 cube.
3 cube, exactly. You made my job easy. I'm just switching the story. Okay? This is my third rule of experiment. What does it say? X to the power A to the power B equals x to the power A times B. So I have x to the power A and B is here. So this became 3 times x equals.
So how did we get 5?
This one is given. This one is given from beginning.
Alright.
And this is 3x, f to 3 to the power f of x. Okay, I'll do it on the board again. I was thinking that I'm teaching both of you, but you were not with me. Here, okay, I'll do it one more time. So, this 27, I have split this into this form. Okay, I can write 27 is 3 into 3 into 3, which is 3 cubes. So now this is 3 power 5x plus 3, this is 3 power 3x. This 3 and x will get multiplied. This is my third rule of experiment. X to the power a in parenthesis power b becomes x to the power a times b equal to 3 power 6. Now I have all 3 bases. When you are multiplying, this is first rule of exponent. When you are multiplying, this gets added. 5x plus 3 plus 3x. That became.
Okay, I'll let you do it on the board for everybody's benefit. You guys will be able to do it. Anybody who is still dealing with it? Sana, did you get better or something? Or
I'm still doing it.
okay. So let me solve it for you guys in a very simple way. Okay. So if I start from beginning, so Aryahi, Sana, Anika, Myra is not here, Vasundhara, whoever has not done it, whoever is still working on it, or whoever has even done it. Okay. You might have done it in a better approach than mine. So if you find that I'm not doing it right, or I'm wasting a lot of time, and you tell me if there's a better way of doing it. Okay, that's where we can engage for everybody's benefit. Now we are trying to solve for this. The question was saying that what is the value? What is the expression for f of x? Meaning, what is the value of f of x? Where it can be written in this way, meaning 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 27 to the power x as 3 to the power f of x. So this is a mathematical formula I have written based on what the question says. Okay, everybody here. 3 to the power 5 of x times 27 to the power x equals 3 to the power f of x. And we have to find out this value. Now, the first thing that I will do is exponents. The most important part is you are dealing with base. If the base are same, our job is much more easier, right? If you look at this, x to the power a times x to the power b is x to the power a plus b. We are doing this a plus b only when my base is matching. Yeah. If I say y to the power 7, you will say my problem is not solved yet because I'm dealing with animals from 2 different planets. So my best attempt is always when I am dealing with same base, be it for multiplication or be it for division. Okay, so all the rules of exponents will work seamlessly if my base is same. Now when you look at this problem, there is a problem, and the problem is this is an exponent, has some power. This is also an exponent, has some power. This is also an exponent, has some power. But the problem here is this guy has a different base. This power I don't really mind right now. My problem is here. This guy has a different base. So we have, the first thing that our brain has to figure out is, do I have a way to relate it so that I can try juggling with the exponent rules that we know.
And the answer to that is yes. 27 is a multiple of 3. How? Let's keep writing this story. 3 to the power 5x plus 3. I'm not touching this one right now. But this 27 I can write as 3 into 3 into 3 to the power x equals 3 to the power f of x. Is everybody with me so far? Ananya, Vasundhara, Anika, everybody with me? Yeah. So I have done nothing fancy, okay? I just made this look small. I split this into smaller numbers. Okay? Now, when I look at this number, I'm not touching this guy still. So my story continues as is with this guy. This is not touched yet. This became 3 to the power 3. So in this step, what I did was, I had 3 into 3 into 3, which can be understood as 3 to the power 3. So far, okay? You're not looking convinced?
No.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. No, I mean, see, that's my weakness, okay? When I don't see the kids convinced, my confidence level shakes big time. Okay, that's why I keep bugging you guys. Is everybody okay? Vasundhara, Sana, Ananya?
I don't understand the last step.
This step,
Yes, sir. Even at it.
what did I do? I have this equation, okay? I am trying to break this down. 27, first thing was, this 27 and this 3 are different. So if I am dealing with them as exponents, these are different bases, and that doesn't help me. So first thing we tried doing was, is there any linkage between this 3 and 27? We said, yeah, 27 I can write as 3 into 3 into 3, which is nothing but 3 to the power 3. Never disconnect and join, that should help. So this is the magic trick that I have dealt with so many times. If you can't hear, drop and join back. That helps. Okay? Yeah? Everybody else can hear me okay, right? Alright. So, first thing we did was, we are trying to establish the relationship between these two guys. And we saw that, okay, 27 is nothing but 3 into 3 into 3, which can be rewritten as, one more time, again, it works. So here, 3 into 3 into 3 became 3 to the power 3. Now, I can see the third possibility. How is it working now? Vaibhav, can you hear me now? Okay. So third rule of exponent says x to the power a whole thing to the power b equals x to the power a times b. What we have here, x to the power, this is my x, this is my a, this is my b. So this became 3 to the power 5. Okay, let me not be stingy here. I am writing this equation here. 3 to the power 5x plus 3 I am not touching right now. Let it remain the way it is. Into 3 to the power 3 to the power x, third rule of exponent. It will become 3 to the power 3 times x or 3x equals 3 to the power f of x. Sana, am I making sense a little bit now or still not?
Yeah.
It makes sense? Okay. So basically what we did was, we split this into smaller pieces and we applied the third rule of exponent. What we achieved by doing that is, now I have all the exponents, these are all exponents, and everybody has same base. That makes our job easier. Yes, Babu? One more time. Okay. Because if everybody else can hear me and it's only Baba who is not able to hear me, I don't know how I can fix that problem. I've seen that no kids, when they disconnect and join, it starts working. Some problem at your end, Baba, I'm not able to figure it out. Okay. Everybody else can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So here, what we achieved by doing all this circles and drama was we could get all of them as same base. Now it's a situation where I'm multiplying two exponents. This is one exponent and this is another exponent. Both have same base and this is the power. So that will become 3 to the power. So x to the power a times x to the power b becomes x to the power a plus b. Are you with me, beta? Okay. So I'm multiplying these two exponents. This is one power, this is another power. The powers will get added. 5x plus 3 plus 3x. This is the new power to this variable, which equals and sorry Sabha if I keep calling your name, okay? But is it making sense to you?
Kind of.
No. So I don't buy in anything which is kind of. I will repeat. Okay. So we came to this point. Up to this point, okay, we got 3 to the power 5x plus 3 times 3 to the power 3x, right? We have two exponents now, both with the same base. Correct? Up to this much, okay? Okay. Now, this is when we apply the first rule of exponents. See, what is that we have here? Let me write it in a clear way. We have 3 to the power 5x plus 3 into 3 to the power 3x equals 3 to the power f of x. And we are trying to find out the value for this guy. But let's not go there. We have two exponents. This is one exponent. This is the base, this is the power. This is the base, this is the power. What does my first rule of exponents say? When I have two exponents getting multiplied with each other, both have same base, then the power gets added. Yeah?
I understand it.
Yeah? And it's okay, but see again, I am not testing you, I am testing my ability to teach, okay? So please acknowledge and question me if there is something that is not clear, okay? So here, I have two exponents with the same base, so my powers will get added. So I can rewrite this as 5x plus 3 and plus 3x. And see, I am writing this explicitly so that I don't get confused. So now 3 remains my base and my powers are getting added. So 5x plus 3x will become 8x plus 3 equals 3 to the power f of x. Okay. So both are same thing. Something to the power this, same thing to the power this. That means 8x plus 3 equals f of x. Yeah. Did it make sense to everybody? 100%? Okay. See, now you can see a smile on Ipsa's face. Are you here with me, beta? You okay? Not well or something? Okay, you're fine. Okay. Because I know you guys did not have school, so it should not be a tiring day, but still, I understand. So here, now many of you had given me this answer before itself, and you must be thinking that no, this teacher wasted sweet 20 minutes of our time. And I did that on purpose. Because what I'm trying to convey to everybody is that when you have a problem at hand, your whole strategy lies in how you are simplifying it. How you are breaking it down to smaller pieces. Smaller things are easy to manage, smaller things are easy to carry or use them. Okay? If I have to use I can drink water from this water bottle and I can drink water from the water tank that you see right outside the community. I can carry this water bottle for quenching my thirst, not the water tank for sure. So the bigger numbers are those water tanks which you want to convert to smaller water bottles. Okay. Alright? Let's move on to the next problem. And again, I don't know how many problems we can solve in a class, but then our focus would be on making sure that we have the right strategy in place, we have the right approach for dealing with problems. Yeah? So Sana, are you feeling a little better now? Yes, better. Yeah. Okay. Ananya, Anika, Datta. Everybody okay? Alright, let's go to the next problem. So this problem might look like a little bit of a ride, but the whole catch lies in how you are simplifying it.
Let's look at it. 1 over 8 to the power x plus 1 over 8 to the power x minus 2 as 8 times 1 over 8 to the power x what?
Now let me read the question for you guys so that you can relate to it. What is the value of a when we rewrite 1 over 8 to the power x plus 1 over 8 to the power x minus 2 as a times 1 over 8 to the power x? Interesting? Scary? Funny? Okay, let me read one more time and then I'll go quiet. The question says, what is the value of a when we can rewrite 1 over 8 to the power x plus 1 over 8 to the power x minus 2 as a times 1 over 8 to the power x? Vaibhav, are you able to hear me now? Then how did you figure out what I said? That was a little. Okay, so I asked Vaibhav, are you able to hear me now? And you said, gave me a thumbs down. But how did you know that it's me asking you a question? Whether you can hear me or not? That's a $1 million riddle. But anyways, this is what we have to solve. Go for it. I'm confused, Vaibhav. You're answering my questions. Okay. Yes, Sana. Go ahead.
1 over 8, 8 times 1 over 8 to the power of x, and what's the 2?
So this is 1 over 8 to the power x plus 1 over 8 to the power x minus 2. So this is the complete power, okay, to this number or this fraction.
And
Yeah.
then what's the a times?
1 over 8 to the power x. Yeah, that's all. So we have to find out what is a. Yeah? Okay. Time for a quiet moment from my side so that you guys can think about it.
I'm not very sure about this.
Never ever say that to me. You say this is my answer. We'll figure out whether it's correct or not. What did you get?
I just don't know how to start. Can you start me off?
Yeah. So, again, after the approach, my approach will always be very rare. Now look at this. 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. Our problem is with this fraction, okay?
became I to the power x plus I to the power x minus 2 equal to 8 times I to the power x. Now, are you getting some clue here? Not yet? Okay. So, this becomes I to the power x plus I to the power x by I to the power 2. Can I say so? And I'm doing minus x by a by x by b equals x to the power a minus b. Yeah? Equal to a I to the power x. What you have common here is I to the power x is common. This becomes 1 plus 1 by I square equal to a times I to the power x.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, so knock it out. You don't need to carry this that far. So your a equals 1 plus 1 by I square. What is your I? 1 plus 1 by I square. I is 1 over 8. That is what we have. Then to make our life easier. So this square. That means
164.
now you can flip it upside down. 64 goes up. So again, what did I say in the beginning? Always think that I will not see when you're looking at these problems, this kind of problem. This is an observation. I have something common here. Okay, I don't want to deal with that. Fractions and power gets little muddled, right? So you give it a simple name. Okay, I'll come back to this one once I come to a simpler state. Okay.
Okay, so that is what would be my approach. You can always look at it differently also. So Aryahi, when you were not here, this is the question that I gave to everybody. Anybody close to being done? The question says, what is the value of A if this whole thing can be rewritten as A times this? Bhavish, Danya, Vasundhara, Vishali, Datta, Sana, anybody? Anika, Sandita? Guys, I'm hungry. Super hungry. I have only 10 minutes. I mean, not I. We have only 10 minutes. So, help me take care of my hunger. You don't want your teacher to starve. It's okay, I can stretch 5 minutes more, that's okay. I'm just making you guys think about it. So I'll give 2 more minutes of silence and then I'll start torturing you guys. बेटा क्या चल रहा है आपके मन में? आपके मन में क्या चल रहा है बताइए? Thinking. Okay. I think this problem needs some more pampering. Okay. So I'll steal time from you guys so that I can pamper this problem. And again, don't go by my words. Okay, my words are not very polished. I have not studied in English medium school, unlike you guys. English was never my first language. So if I use something which sounds very raw, there's a reason for it. Okay? Alright, let's come here. I will use initial 2 minutes to understand. If anybody can tell me what was the struggle and what was the thought that was coming to your mind? It could be anybody. It could be Sangeeta, it could be Vishali, it could be Datta, it could be Sana, it could be Vasundhara, it could be Vaibhav, anybody. Bhavish. Give me, what was the struggle? What was the holdback here? Vishali, what was going on? Tell me.
My struggles.
With this problem, where was the roadblock? Where was the thing that was kind of giving you maximum trouble?
I was struggling to figure out the exponents.
Okay. Okay, so here's the rule of thumb. The golden rule of thumb is that you will not deal with the exponents unless you make the base same. Because the whole rule of the exponents revolve around the fact that you have common base. Okay? Now, for me, if I were you, my struggle would have been with these fractions actually. Because I have exponents in the first place and then I have to deal with these fractions. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, this was one side of the story. Sana, if you had to tell me better, what was that was becoming a blockage with respect to getting the jump start? What that would have been?
I started the problem, but it was like harder for me to solve it when I got it down to one variable equals another variable, and I didn't know how to solve for A.
Okay. So let me do some magic here. Okay? Are you ready for the magic? Okay. You're not arguing with me, right, brother? You look very quiet, very upset. I hope I'm not disappointing you guys. Now, here the problem is, when I look at this problem, I am not liking these fractions and then exponents together. I am okay dealing with one problem. Dealing with two problems, fraction and exponents, that gets me a little worried. That pulls me back. So what I will do is, my observation here is I have 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. This 1 by 8 thing is haunting me unnecessarily. I will give it a name. Let me say, okay, let me pick Anika's name, okay. I have two kids here with name A, starting with A, so I am putting A. I am giving 1 by 8 as a name A for the time being. Okay, Arya, I have three kids with A. So we have Anika, Ananya and Arya here. So I am putting A. I am giving this a name A. 1 by 8 because this is common everywhere. Now, look at how this equation becomes easier to relate. 1 by 8 is A. So it became A to the power x plus this again A to the power x minus 2 equals, my bad. I'm getting emotional about my own name. So now I'm giving this a B, okay, because A is what we have to find out, okay. So this is B. So Biren Bhavish, okay, this is B equals A times B to the power x. Does it look a little better than before? I just simplified it, okay. This 1 by 8 which was bothering me, I gave it a name. Say, okay, we'll come to this later. Let's give it a name, B. So now my equation looks much more friendly, much more amiable, right? Now, what do I see here? B to the power x plus B to the power x minus 2 equals A times B to the power x. Now, let's get this thing knocked off. If I have x to the power 2, I know it's x into x. If I have x to the power 5, I know it's x into x 5 times. X to the power minus 2, what does it mean? Let's simplify this. It became b to the power x, this remains as is. But I can rewrite this as b to the power x divided by b to the power 2. And now you will say why. And I have a ready-made answer for you guys because we learned this formula called x to the power a divided by x to the power b equals x to the power a minus b. This is my second rule of exponent. When I am dividing one exponent by another exponent, my power gets subtracted. So when I have something minus something, I can visualize this as a reverse of it. Does it make sense? No? Sanvita, Vasundhara, Sana, Bhavish, this one? Datta, anybody? No?
Sense, but I think I need to do the practice on it.
That's okay, beta. So again, I will give you guys homework, little bit of assignment, not to get you guys stressed out. But what I'm saying is, first thing we did was we got the ghost out of this whole equation, okay? By making it more friendly. I know the teacher's name doesn't sound friendly to kids. That too, if it's a math teacher, it could be scarier than a ghost at times. But then let's see, B is not B, then B is Bhavesh, okay? So not that scary. Now when I have this, when I have something to the power in the negative form, that means I'm talking about division. So I'm just dividing it so that it looks better. And here, what do you see now? This equation has b to the power x. This term has b to the power x, this term has b to the power x, this term has b to the power x. Let's take it out. So it became 1 plus 1 by b square equal to a times b to the power x. Yeah? Knock it off. So you're talking about a equals 1 plus 1 by b square. Now what is b? B is 1 over 8. That's what we had assumed in the beginning. Plug in it. So a equals 1 plus 1 by b square. My b is 1 by 8 square. So that is 1 plus 1 by 1 square by 8 square. 64. When it's like 1 by this, it will become 1 plus 64 goes up. That means 65. So your a equals 65. And again, there was nothing magical about it. What approach I took was, my approach has one golden rule. And that golden rule is, I will always look for opportunity to make it look simpler, easier to me. Okay? I certainly don't want to carry that water tank to quench my thirst. I'm better off carrying this one. So, whenever I see things becoming complicated, I'll try simplifying by putting some legitimate assumptions around it. This 1 by 8 was troubling me so much, I said, okay, fine. Let me park this problem by giving it a name, and we'll come to that when we have a simpler way of looking at it. Yeah? Now you'll say, why did you come up with that idea? The reason being, 1 by 8 to the power x, 1 by 8 to the power x, 1 by 8, it was common in all the sides. So I could sense that I will have a way to find out the common thing out and then knock it out. So that is the reason why I took this approach. So this is what emphasizes the point that you will not learn a lot of concepts every day, but you will learn these tricks by practicing the problems a little bit more. Okay? So, am I doing it because I'm super intelligent? That's a serious controversy if I ever claim that I'm super intelligent. I'm saying that it's just going to come with practice. Simple practice. Okay? Keep practicing more. Keep getting your hands dirty, okay, this one is more dirty. And that's where the catch is. Did I make it understandable, or I focus more on the speech? Okay. This Ali looks convinced. Anika looks convinced. Sana, how about you, better? Okay? Better? Datta, okay? Bhargav, okay? Samrita? Each one of you, Ananya, okay? Okay. Each one of you in the class are very, very, very important for me. So that is the reason if I see one of you are not convinced, I'll keep bugging you till I hear a positive yes. Bhavish, okay? Bhavish dropped off, okay. Aryahi, if I'm not helping, this iPad would help. Meaning, watch the video, just to do a quick recap. It will clear a lot of dust which gets accumulated otherwise. Alright, with that being said, I will let you guys go and we'll practice few more problems in the next class before we jump on to the next unit. Alright, have fun.
Bye bye.